Hi, hello, my name is Good and today I want to talk to you about the two kinds of Trump voters that I've seen recently. And these are two types of stupidity that I feel are just very prominent within the Trump voter base, fan base, fandom, whatever. Number one is the people that are starting to question or second guess their votes, and now that, Trump's policies and his actions are affecting them and not some random people. Now they suddenly see the error of their ways. They suddenly see, oh my God, what have I done? Now that it's affecting me, oh my goodness gracious, shut the fuck up. You knowingly made a choice. You decided to trust a known liar.
I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Once again, I reiterate, yes, you did. And then you have the second kind, the people that are just,
well, yeah, I voted for this. I did this and that, and I stand by it.
I feel like those people are trying to cope with the fact that America is just on a nosedive right now. You can't ignore it anymore. We're just, it is insane how we are. Unless something magical happens soon,
I stand by Mr. Trump and everything that he does, deporting them illegals, deporting them criminals.
Those people obviously are deserving of any kind of forgiveness as well. And today, my lovely, lovely audience, I am just a humble fool presenting to you the idiots, of which the types I've described, starting with type 1. The first guy we're going to be looking at, his name is Mario Guerrero, and he is the CEO/director of the South Texas Builders Association. Now, as you may or may not know, a lot of construction workers in America, most of them, in fact, are Hispanic or Latino. Some of them are not documented, but the work pays, it's hard work. Really, nobody wants to be out in the fucking sun in 100-degree weather or 37 Celsius. Nobody wants to be out there sweating their fucking ass off building a house, okay? Now, when you add Trump's policy of sending ICE agents to these construction sites, let's just look at the factors here. You're sweating your ass off, building a house. You've been there for the better part of 7 hours. You still have another 4 hours to go. Sometimes those guys pull insane shifts. It is nuts. But right when it's the hottest time of the day, you have these fucking ICE agents pulling up and demanding that you get down from the roof so that you can chat, when in reality they're just gonna kidnap you. I wouldn't want to show up to work either. And now that these people of his organization are not showing up because they are afraid, they are scared, not only for themselves, but for their families. They are scared. And what happens when the workers don't show up? No money, no dinero, no work, no money. In some cases, ICE detains even documented workers. But let's look at what he has to say, right? This pathetic little worm of a man. Let's see what his reasoning is, okay?
What's going on, guys? My name is Mario Guerrero. I'm a second-generation business owner. We've been in construction for over 30 years, and we've never seen what we're having to see nowadays. It's extremely sad that our workers here in the Valley, in South Texas, are very, very afraid to even come to work. We're having to go to lengths and measures of fencing in our whole subdivision that we've developed just to give peace of mind to even workers that have proper documentation to be here. My grandparents are American citizens. We've been here a long time and we've never seen something like this. We voted for Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, you're supposed to be our hero, man.
I'm gonna have to stop that load of shit right there. You voted for Mr. Trump. That seems like a you problem that now you've shit out onto the rest of us. Now we have to completely clean it and sanitize it. Congratulations, you fucked over your employees. You fucked yourself over because when your employees don't work, they don't get paid. Nobody makes money. Everyone, actually. You either didn't pay attention to who you voted for, which in that case, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. I actually think there should be some kind of cognitive test, some kind of IQ test in order for you to vote. There has to be some kind of test in place in order for you to vote. I really believe that, okay? And, you know, at first it was hurting other people that you don't know or care about. It was fine to you. But now that it's hurting you, oh my goodness.
Oh, God, what will I ever do?
Or your stupidity holds so much mass, so much fucking weight, that you take it out, that it ends up spilling out onto the rest of us, thus affecting us. You affect us with your stupidity. Which one is it? Because it can't be both. If it is both, you might want to look into like being put into a retirement home or something. And what's more audacious, you're a second generation business owner, okay? You come from a Hispanic heritage, I think it's fair to say. Hispanic or Latin heritage. How can you look at this guy who has consistently, Donald Trump, been a liar throughout multiple decades? He has been a fucking liar. He has been known to be a fucking liar and just a failure at business. He has launched countless businesses that have failed because he can't manage money, he can't manage heat, he can't manage weight. He fucking sucks as a businessman. Not only as a businessman, but as a human being. And you thought, yeah, that's the guy I want to vote for. That's the guy that I trust with my future, with the future of America. I'm gonna let him finish, but I'm gonna just say right now already, you're not convincing me that you deserve any kind of sympathy or apology.
But I don't understand how this makes any sense for anyone. The Hispanic community is extremely, extremely afraid. There is fear in people's stomachs, and that is not good. We believe that you could change this by tomorrow with your strength and your policy. We know that you are a builder, you've been in development, and you know that we need our people to build America. Immigrants are the foundation of America.
Clearly you understand that immigrants are foundational, are the fucking groundwork for America. Why would you then turn around and stab him in the back by voting for Trump? Why would you do that? It just makes you, no, you're actually stupid. Why would you do that? You're a fucking idiot, man. Instead of being up there and saying, please Trump, please, oh my God, it's not good. I don't understand. You should do something else that I'm not gonna say, because it's probably gonna get my whole channel taken down.
You're all immigrants here in the United States, and we gotta save that American dream. God bless America.
The American dream was just that, a dream. And for what it's worth, it died a long time ago. Let's look at another clip of him trying to play the confused person, like, oh, I didn't expect this.
We need our president to come out here and say, you know what, ICE, just let's hold off on the construction sites. Let's run proper investigations on the people that we're apprehending. Let's show up with warrants. Because
first of all, dumb shit, if you expect ICE to run an organization like ICE to run any sort of proper anything, proper firearms training, proper execution of warrants, acquisition of warrants, proper anything, then you've lost any kind of credibility in my mind. If you expect an organization like ICE to do anything properly, my brain just shuts off on you.
I believe that we all want the bad people out. I don't believe there's one person here that doesn't want that. I believe we all want the drug dealers, the rapists, and the killers out.
That's an argument I see a lot.
Oh, this country's just full of rapists and all that shit because they all come from Mexico and that's where that's all. Blah, 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 blah.
Right? Say we do get all the, quote, bad eggs, bad apples out, right? You fail to realize that no matter where you are in the world, there's always gonna be a couple of rotten eggs, and reality is much simpler. It's just based on racism.
When you're showing up with no judicial warrant that has actually been signed by a judge, then that to me is targeting.
So the whole campaign, you didn't see a problem with how he talked about my people, your people. You know what? They're not your people anymore. Go f yourself. You saw how he talked about my people, and you still thought, yeah, this is what I want. You're an idiot. There is nothing behind your f***ing eyes. There is nothing behind there. at all. So don't come to me with, oh, well, they just do properly. Just accept that you're a heinous, stupid, egregiously stupid piece of shit. You don't deserve forgiveness. You don't deserve any kind of like, oh, well, it was just a mistake. It was a conscious decision. Did you not have your fucking eyes and ears open? Were you not conscious when you watched his rallies? No. The answer I can only come to logically is no. No forgiveness for you. Now that we're done trashing on him, let's look at some other people that regret their votes, voting for Donald Trump.
When Trump, everything he campaigned on, I believe he wanted to do. And now he's doing the exact opposite thing of every single fucking thing.
I don't know what he's done. Yeah, exactly to your point. If you tell me, it's easier for me to believe you wanted to do all these things if any of them were happening in the way that you said they were.
To that point, like there'll be people that like they'll DM me and be like, you see what your boy's doing? You voted for this. I'm like, I voted for none of this.
When people call me out on my bullshit because I not only interviewed, platformed this guy because that's what I do. They paid me a real big fucking bag. When they call me out on my bullshit, I go, that wasn't me. I was lied to.
You spineless piece of shit. You sat up there, you interviewed the guy, you gave him a platform, you endorsed him, and now you're saying, yeah, well, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. You got butt-fucked by a notorious butt-fucker. And now that it happened, you go, I just don't know what happened. You're a fucking idiot. You're a moron. And you don't deserve to, you shouldn't be able to even try to shift the blame or try to not take responsibility, because this is a result of all those fucking people platforming him, like Aiden Ross, all those streamers that platformed him. It fucking blows, dude.
I'm really scratching my head because I voted Republican and most of us in the fishing industry did, and we're not seeing the positives come out of it, why we voted that.
You're not seeing the positive? Well, that might be just because you voted for a fucking liar. And it's almost like the whole world told you not to vote for that fucking liar. But you still did. That's another argument I see. I didn't know, I had no idea. Then you shouldn't be allowed to vote. And what's more, we told you! I told you! We told you. Do not vote for this fucker. And you, being a stubborn idiot and wanted to just, take it to the left, whatever the fuck, you still made a judgment call for the worst. For decades, again, he has been known to be a liar and a less than reputable person. Not a moral person, whatever. He has been known to be a bad guy, and you still chose. Seems like a good idea.
Do you regret your vote right now?
Well, between him and her, I thought he was the better choice, but honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. I was a nobody, and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket.
I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket. I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's because you looked at a guy that said, yeah, if my daughter wasn't my daughter, I'd f the shit out of my daughter, essentially, is what he said. You saw that, and you thought, this is who I want running the country. A fucking creep, known to be associated with a very notorious sex trafficker. Not associated, actually, best friends, best buds, interlocked elbows and running around in fields and shit with a Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey fucking Epstein. And you thought, yeah, that's a good idea. You don't deserve that $5. You see $5 on the street, don't pick it up. Leave it for someone else, because you don't deserve it.
We spoke to Trump voters here in Florida who are ticked off about the fact that the gas prices in the state have gone up by an average of about 60 cents within just a week.
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast, but here it is, 5 years later, helping his buddy out get his more money. And then never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
And those guys...
Well, I don't understand what happened, man. I just don't understand. Wow, what an oversight that was.
It wasn't an oversight. You made a choice. You fell for the hype.
Prices are getting higher because of volatile oil prices due to the war in Iran, a war that these Trump voters tell us they hope wraps up quickly.
If I could, speak to the president, I'd just encourage him to finish up this war and get us back to a safe world.
He's saying about for our safety, leave somebody alone, they won't bother you.
They hope it wraps up quickly because they want to sweep it under the rug. They don't want to be any more wrong than they know they already are. Does that make sense? Trump said, I won't start any wars, I won't do this, I won't do that. What do you know? A year into his presidency, almost, he starts bombing the shit out of Iran. Out of all the countries you decided to fuck with, to bomb, you chose Iran. Iran? Really? You chose Iran? If you're not really savvy about history in the slightest, let me educate you about the 1979 oil crisis. 1979, the Iranian Revolution was happening, right? And when a revolution happens, people stop going to work, they protest, they strike. No money, no dinero, no oil comes out of Iran, which is one of the world's top producing oil refinery places. They produce a lot of fucking oil, is essentially what I'm saying. It dropped by about 5%, which 5%? Who the fuck cares? Who cares, right? That 5% was enough to spread wide, panic around the world, which caused people to hoard oil, and which caused an immediate price of oil. I do believe that the MI6 and the CIA were involved to some capacity, because of course they were. However, my point being, if Iran back then could cripple the production of oil, and now, fast forward to 2026, where we're bombing the shit out of Iran. The United States is bombing Iran. Do you think that puts us on friendly terms with Iran? Iran is now seeking reparations and the immediate withdrawal of any United States presence from the Middle East to, mend things. And to me, you know what? That sounds like a good deal. Sure, just as long as it's only the Trump voters paying for those reparations. Because you voted for that, not me. You. And now you're deploying troops to Iran. Why? Just because Israel told you so? Just because little Benjamin told you so? Go fuck. Now that's another thing I want to talk about in this segment before I move on to the top 2 of this video. Would it have made a difference if we voted for Kamala or Trump? Because they both suck the fucking balls off of Israel. My consensus is it would have made a pretty significant difference. The way I see it, it's a lesser of two evils kind of thing. Kamala being the lesser of those two evils. Because again, they both support Israel. My point being is that voting for Kamala would have seemed to me the obvious choice of taking a step in what seemed to be the right direction. Right, we're not in the right direction yet. It could be the right direction. But no, instead people just decided to choose Trump. Now we're going to look at a couple of people that don't regret their vote, don't regret anything. And in fact, the first one we're going to be looking at is someone that is still fighting to suck the cock of Trump. It is insane. This man makes me think that if he was alone in a room with Trump, he would try to beg Trump to let him fellatio him. Now this guy has been very controversial, but the thing about him is that he just spreads misinformation like wildfire. Imagine the Australia wildfire, but instead of fire, it was just misinformation. That's how fast and how wide he spreads it. He has a pretty large fan base with 800k followers and a shitty AI generated profile picture. And he also got arrested once, and in the body cam footage, he fucking peed himself. He was drunk, which, okay, whatever. But when he was peeing himself, he was like, I'm peeing I'm sorry, I'm just peeing myself. And because of that incident, I will be referring to him as Piss Boy. let's see what you have to say, Piss Boy.
When the price of oil goes up, the people of the United States should be happy.
You should be happy when the price of oil goes up. Motherfucker, we shouldn't even be using oil. I, for one, believe heavily in nuclear energy. Just another take that puts his stupidity on just an exemplary display. Let me show you.
Tell me what a pharmacist does, because I don't feel like that's a real job. And look, I'm not talking about the pharmacists that are like working like the scientists. I'm talking about the pharmacists that are working at CVS, right? Because like, what the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they doing that requires a medical degree? Like, here's how I see what happened. Like, I go to the doctor who's not at the CVS. They're working at a hospital, and the doctor there writes me a prescription for something. I then leave the hospital with that prescription and go to a CVS.
Is that prescription to hold in your pee so that you don't pee on officers and pee in their car?
CVS, maybe I'm wrong on this, but all the person at CVS did was go collect he said 30 pills. You went and grabbed 30 pills, put 30 pills in a bottle, gave me 30 pills. What the fuck kind of special medical training do you need to do that?
First of all, okay, and someone wrote down in the comments, they're an actual pharmacist. First of all, if you don't know what the drug does, and someone just gives you like, say you got a prescription for painkillers, but they give you something like, I don't know, Fent, right? So, first of all, you need to know the difference between the drugs, okay? But let's read what this person said under his comments. Pharmacist here, worked everywhere from CVS to hospitals and long-term care facilities. What you don't realize is that there are a lot of doctors that don't know much about drugs, and when a doctor prescribes you something that is fully contraindicated, okay, with something else that you take from a different doctor, the pharmacist is the one who catches that. Or when your doctor prescribes you the wrong dose of your antibiotic because they're a resident or they don't commonly prescribe antibiotics, the pharmacist is the one who catches and reaches out to the doctor and says, hey, that dose is not effective treatment, or treat whatever infection to change this. That's my only response. Let's move on to the next guy. I'm done listening to this older millennial spit at his camera.
Do you guys know that I'm a fucking idiot?
It's observably true.
Truth-telling time, story time. The only reason the Democrats are upset with this war in Iran is because Donald Trump is spearheading it, okay?
I'm not a Democrat, but I am upset with the war in Iran because wars are bad. I know. I know. Give me the Nobel Peace Prize now. I know. My mind is just too much to comprehend sometimes. I mean, my intellect is scary. Keeps me up at night sometimes.
The only reason their TDS supersedes any common sense that they have. If this was Barack Obama doing it, okay, they'd be totally okay with it. They'd even give him a Nobel Peace Prize, okay? And they'd probably tell him to go back in again. They would be yelling and screaming from the streets to liberate Iran if it was Barack Obama. And let's be totally real about Iran, because we've all been watching it. They have tentacles that go out all over the Middle East with their proxies. They've been attacking other countries for decades.
You know who else has been attacking other countries for decades? Israel and the United States. Through Israel. Man, you rolled a 0 out of 0 out of 0 with this take. Whatever one of these mega dick writers record a video, it's like there's nothing behind. It's like this.
Did you know that the America and Israel is the best place to be at all times? Israel especially. I mean, Donald Trump knows what's best for you. You don't know what's best for you. He knows what's best for you.
There's nothing behind your eyes at all. Like, I can't see beyond your eyes. There's nothing.
They've been threatening America. They've been threatening the American president with war and with death for years. And within the recent weeks, they've been saying death to America. So this has nothing to do with war or us going in and trying to help liberate the Iranian people. This has to do with their TDS, their hatred for Donald Trump, because if this was Joe Biden, if this was Bill Clinton, if this was Barack Obama,
if this was fucking anyone, I would say, f*** you. War is not good. I know. Give me another Nobel Peace Prize. Come on. The fact that you try to substitute Trump for, well, what if they're doing it, huh? You would be, just
no, laughing at the fact that war is happening.
In war, you have to consider a couple things. Okay? There are innocent people, innocents, that get bombed every single day in war. Just look at Vietnam, or that hospital that was bombed by Israel and Palestine, while the paramedics were there helping the people that had been bombed previously to them showing up, or the girls' school in Iran that was supposedly not bombed by the United States. There are innocent people that die in war that is not considered to idiots like you. Yet you want to sit there with your soulless eyes and your soulless smile and your toilet fucking stinking breath saying this shit. Get a fucking grip. Get a hold of yourself, man. You are not right in the fucking head. War is not good. Oh, please, another Nobel Peace Prize for me. How could I say no? Anyways, yeah, that's it. We don't want your fucking apology. We don't want your, oh, well, I didn't know. Don't come crying to me. You f***ed everyone so hard for the foreseeable future. It's not even funny. It's not even like, haha, well, you remember that silly presidency? No, it has detrimental consequences to everyone else. Anyways, yeah, that's all I want to talk about with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. So, yeah, as always, take care, and bye-bye.